Welcome back to Magoo's Reviews. Hope everybody's having a blessed day. So this is a video I kind of wanted to compare. I had on my, my list to do for a while, you know what I mean? So I just want to sit down after absorbing, both shows. Want to talk about X-Men 97 and Batman the Cape Crusader, you know what I mean? Because both of them, are kind of spawns from their 90s shows, X-Men, 92, Batman the animated series, you know what I mean? Two classic shows, you know what I mean? And when they both X-Men 97 and Cape Crusader were announced, it was a lot of buzz around them, you know what I mean? But after watching, each season of, each episode and doing reviews on my channel, please go check them out. Kind of want to come here and talk about, the pros and cons to both shows and which one did I prefer more, So I mean, starting out with X-Men 97, I stated it before, man. I absolutely love this show. I was gonna get straight to it. I love this show. I thought it was absolutely good. Where they left off in 92, man, they picked right back up. And to me, I thought the strength of this show, which I will speak about, one of the weaknesses I feel was in Cape Crusader, was the writing. I thought that the writing in this was absolutely stellar. It was absolutely stellar. There was great action scenes, great emotional beats. I mean, absolutely just a great show, man. I speak so highly of this show, man. I mean, the way they portrayed the characters and stuff like that. And okay, I'll give you a great example, right? Wolverine, if you look at Wolverine in the movies with Hugh Jackman, we know, to me, he's the best out of all the comic book portrayals. I love Hugh Jackman. I think he's my favorite. But Wolverine is like, he's the most popular X-Men, so he kind of gets center focus. He's like the main character. But in this show, like they did in the 92 show, they focus on the team. So Wolverine takes a step back. He's more of a, he's a side character, but he's still Wolverine, you know what I'm saying? So I think that the show did such a great job a great job focusing on the team aspect of the X-Men. You know what I mean? And just having those great emotional beats. Like, all right, great example. This spoilers. Hey, look, man, I always get into my videos. I forget to say spoilers. So, I mean, just that Genosha episode, man. That Genosha episode was absolutely amazing. It started off really peaceful. You see the mutants actually getting to go to Genosha and everything like that. Like, this is what Charles envisioned. This is what Eric and I envisioned, for mutants to be together. And, of course, you see Remy and Gambit and Rogue, they love each other, but they're kind of getting distant, and, because she wants that physical contact, you know what I mean? And Magneto was able to get that to her, but at the same time, man, when out of nowhere you just see Cable pull up, and then, man, just the Sentinel attack, and just the sheer horror what the mutants went through, man. I mean, you see Nightcrawler there, you see, each and every single one of the mutants, not all the main ones, but a lot of focal mutants just go down, man, and you see Gambit, make that sacrifice and just taking them out. But at the same time, it's like, dang, seeing Rogue hold his body at the end, saying like, "Sugar, I can't feel you." Like, man, man, X-Men 97 was absolutely amazing. Even with Storm and what Storm went through, with Forge trying to help her get her powers back after her powers, were taken from her, man. Seeing Magneto just crash out after he got caught, and then, he crashed out at the end, and just seeing how powerful Magneto really is. I mean, he shut everything down. And that's one thing about Magneto. He is extremely, extremely powerful. If you had never read Old Man Logan and how that set off, Magneto was the one who set it off. The villains just got together, and he was the one who set everything off. So Magneto is extremely powerful. And you see, like, just even the cameos from other superheroes, like, little small nuggets like Spider-Man. I know Morph would change it to like the Incredible Hulk or Angel or Juggernaut, and Captain America, Iron Man. You know what I mean? So it showed the greater of the Marvel Universe. So to me, the writing in X-Men 97 was absolutely great. Absolutely great. As far as cons, there wasn't too many cons for me. You know what I mean? It wasn't a lot necessarily like big cons. You know what I mean? I didn't like seeing Gambit go. I didn't like seeing him go. I mean, I love Gambit. I love him a lot. He's such a cool character. But seeing him go, I was like, dang, I don't know, man. So, and at the end of the season, you see them all in different timelines now. I think Jean and Cyclops is in the future, and in the past it's like Rogue, Xavier, Wolverine, all of them in the past, and you see inside Noor, who's Apocalypse. So I'm really interested to see where they go. I'm really interested to see if they go with the Age of Apocalypse, because they might go that way as far as the storyline. Yeah, even seeing Magneto just rip the adamantium out of Wolverine, absolutely amazing. That's another thing I would say pros to both shows that I really do enjoy. I'm about to get into my Batman Cape Crusader part, but one of the great things I love about the X-Men 97 compared to 92 was recently I was watching 92 with my kids, trying to just like, all right, we're going to start here, then we're going to get to this. But there was a lot of censorship back then. You know what I mean? I was around for that time when those shows came out. So looking back on it now, seeing Wolverine pop his claws against Sabretooth, thinking like, all right, man, they about to mess each other up, and they just throwing kicks and wrestling in the snow. It's like, hold up. But in the season, '97, because of the streaming service, they able to go that route where they're cutting pieces out of each other. They're able to, like, you see Wolverine stabbing people, you see Nightcrawler take out his swords. I mean, it shows the X-Men being able to use their powers on people, you know what I mean? So I thought that was I love the fact that they are on streaming services because they don't have to worry about those censorships, from like Fox and stuff like that, growing up when I was a kid. Yeah, man, so X-Men 97 for me, absolutely loved it. I thought it was very, very good and where they picked off. Picked up off, from 92 show. Now, Batman the Cape Crusader. Batman the Cape Crusader, there when it started out, there was a lot of controversy on a lot of certain things. You know what I mean? Like the Penguin, how they changed the Penguin up. They gender swapped the Penguin, from Harley Quinn, how they changed Harley Quinn up. And it takes place in the 1940s. So that's one of the things I will say. I do enjoy the fact how that was one of my pros about Batman and the Cape Crusader is that, I saw the people in charge, involved, J.J. Abrams, Matt Reeves, Bruce Timm. I said, okay, you got some big names. You got Bruce Timm, who was there. I know Greg Rucka wrote a couple episodes, Ed Brubaker. So you got some big names in the comic book and the nerd world. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, that's definitely a pro, And I love the 40s aspect to it. I love that it was set in the 1940s. You know what I mean? Other pros is, at first, that'll be, I'll save that one for later. As far as the pros, like I said, I love the 40s aspect to it. I thought the guy who voiced Batman, I thought he was very good. You know what I mean? That Clayface episode, to me, is still one of my favorite. It is my favorite episode from this whole series so far, man. When I saw that, I said, man, how they portrayed Clayface, in the 90s cartoon, he was a big hulking monster. But this one, it was more like a serial killer type who could change his face up. I thought that was really cool. And the sole fact of, Matt Reeves was there. He's like an executive producer. I'm like, I can see how he can use Clayface for his Batman movies. You know what I mean? Because his movies are kind of more like in a real world aspect. So, yeah, I really did enjoy that. I've enjoyed the Catwoman episode, the Harvey Dent episodes, his Two-Face, you know what I mean? So, yeah, there were some really cool things in that show. As far as the cons, there are a lot more cons I have for this show than I do X-Men 97. And I stated it here, I didn't care for the gender swap of the Penguin. You know what I mean? I felt like instead of gender swapping the Penguin, you have all these big comic book names on here. Why not come up with a new character? Not to harp on that too much because I already did a video on it. Go check it out on my channel. But that's something that I felt like, hey, with these good, big names on here, create something new. Harley Quinn, she was okay for the most part. She was okay. Like I said, you see them diverging Harley more and more from the Joker, even in the comic books. You know what I mean? Which I think does a disservice to the character. You know what I mean? She's a great character, but at the same time, because of the times we live in, because of modern Hollywood, they're really not going to go with the story of Harley and Joker because it is, like a good girl falls for the bad guy kind of story. But, we love Harley because of how bubbly her character is and stuff like that. She's a very fun character. And this one, they changed her up. Like, she's serious. But I did love her design, with the yellow and the black. I loved her design a lot more. Not a lot more, but I loved how they did her design in this one. But yeah, Harley was someone that was kind of like, I didn't dislike as much as I dislike the Penguin, but yeah, for hers, it was like, oh, it was okay. Now portrayals like, Harvey Dent, Bullock, you know what I mean? There are certain characters that they portrayed that was kind of like, especially if you read, go check out my reviews, I really wasn't too fond of, Now towards the end, they did change Harvey Dent up, and they also took out Harvey Dent, which absolutely surprised me. I'm like, man, you think they would save Two-Face for the next season, because Two-Face is a very pivotal Batman villain. You know what I mean? I say top 5. I mean, very pivotal Batman villain, especially top 10, but definitely I think he's top 5. So I was surprised that they took Two-Face out. You know what I mean? I also didn't really care for the portrayal. How they portray Alfred and Bruce's relationship at first. It was more like a servant and not more so a surrogate father, surrogate son. It was very cold. But you see them start to plant those seeds of, they're going to be all right towards the end of the season. You know what I mean? So overall, I thought the Batman, the Cape Crusader, thought it was okay. They had a really cool snippet at the end to show, what's going to come in the next season, a big villain. We all know who it is. But I thought that was really cool. But overall, as far as both the shows, I will say the pros, I'll also put the Batman Cape Crusader. I love the fact that it is on a streaming service, so you can get away. You don't have to worry about those censorships. You know what I mean? Like I said, with Fox and everything like that, even in the Batman show, I don't think the Joker, I think they said there was like a censorship where the Joker couldn't even kill. I got to look it up again, but that's how heavily censored those shows were back then. Even like the Spider-Man show, like I think they said he couldn't even punch people. Like that's how those superhero shows were censored back then, but the sole fact of, you know, the K Crusader and X-Men 97 on Disney and Amazon Prime, you know, yeah, you can get away with, you know, actually showing more violence, which I think is really good. You know what I'm saying? As far as the cons for the K Crusader, man, I thought the writing was very hit or miss. It was hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely say the writing was hit or miss, whereas the writing in X-Men 97 was a lot more hit than it was miss. You know, and I think that goes to the fact of, man, if you got the right people behind the scenes, man, you can come with a great product. If they love what they're working on, if they admire and they cherish and they respect it, that's enough thing, man. You got to respect it. You got to respect these mediums, man. You got to respect these heroes. These heroes have been around 80, 70, 60 plus years, and they're going to be around before we're still here. You know what I'm saying? So if you respect the characters, man, you're going to get great product. And I think that's why, for me, I edged X-Men 97 on Batman Cape Crusader. I still enjoyed Batman Cape Crusader in certain moments, but at the same time, overall, I thought X-Men 97 was just a better show. So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think about this video. You know, what's your favorite out of the shows if you have seen it. If you haven't seen it, go, you know, check out the shows and come back and check out my reviews. I did reviews for each and every single episode for, you know, both shows. Hope everybody has a blessed day, and I'll see you soon. Oh, yeah. Before I log off, what do you guys want to see in the, you know, the next seasons as far as X-Men 97? Because they are renewing it, and they're renewing the Batman Cape Crusader for another season. So I will say that, you know, before I log off, things I am looking forward to. I'm definitely looking forward to see how they do the timeline aspect in X-Men 97 and Batman Cape Crusader, you know, with that villain coming in at the end, you know, Joker. I mean, I already said spoilers my video. With Joker, I'm interested to see how they portray him, you know what I mean, especially back then when the Joker came in the 40s, he was just a serial killer. Wasn't no joking around. He was just a crazy clown going around killing people, which is absolutely terrifying. So I'm looking forward to see how Batman and Alfred's relationship grow. I'm looking to see how he grows as a character, how he grows as a hero, you know, even updating his, you know, his weaponry and everything like that. I'm interested to see how they do that. You know, interested to see how him and Commissioner Gordon's relationship. I'm interested to see if Barbara actually becomes Batgirl. So I'm interested to see how they do in season 2 and X-Men 97. I can't absolutely wait for it. So yeah, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment in the comment section. Hope everybody has a blessed day, and I'll see you soon.